All right, what's up, Hammer Ninjas? Here we go. Second beginner level free training from BAMFhammer.com. All right, hopefully you're getting this done either on Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday. Here's what we're looking at. Actually, before we go there, hope you had a great time with the first workout. If you have any questions, please feel free to email them to me, Sean@BAMFhammer.com. We can even do some like movement breakdowns if you send me some videos. So shoot that stuff over and let's see if we can't help you guys out. All right. Workout number 2. Here we go. We're going to take 3 rounds during the course of the warm-up. All right. We've got some M pulses, some wrist rolls, and some 2 up, 2 down narrow squat to hamstring stretch movements. For these M pulses, you're going to do 8. That's there and back again. Is going to get you 1. For the wrist rolls, again, 15 and 15. You're going to notice that as you continue to drive into the training with the BAMF Hammer, wrist conditioning is going to be of supreme importance. So if you're feeling like the wrist is still a little bit gummy before you get into the training, do more of these. And then the 2 up, 2 down, narrow squat to hamstring stretch. That's 2 pulses in a nice narrow squat as deep as you can go, moving into 2 pulses of that hamstring stretch. And you want to keep this really loose, not pushing deeper in than you can already go in your hamstring stretch or your deep squat, but just making sure that your body is fully activated and fully awake to move into the training. For the 15-minute practice, we're going to be messing around with the high pull today. Now, in comparison to what we did earlier this week, the high pull might seem a little bit simplistic, but actually getting to the point where you're pulling through the posterior chain and getting the hammer to go exactly where you want it, which is handle parallel to the forearm, elbow nice and high, almost as if you're elbowing somebody behind you in the face, and then pressing forward into a punch, is a very difficult movement or series of movements to get down to the point where they happen naturally and accurately with every rep. And that's what these practice sessions are for. They're to remove the time domain, remove the goal of getting a certain number of reps, and just looking to get a couple of perfect reps on each side as we move through this stuff. Now, one thing I will note is as you're doing these practice sessions, consider practicing with your non-dominant hand first and then your dominant hand. It's really easy to get the movement down on the dominant side and then kind of revel in it and let the non-dominant side not get as much attention. But I found in my own training, if I'm practicing a lot with my non-dominant side, it makes it a lot easier going to the dominant. I'll pick it up in a couple of reps, okay? So this is going to be a swing to high pull, swing to high pull. Again, trying to be very crisp with the movements, not letting the hammer drift up so the handle is perpendicular to the ground, but really keeping it in line with the forearm. And when you get it down perfectly, it feels pretty awesome, all right? Now, as we move into the training section, again, we've got the practice and then we've got the training. We're going to be taking some of the same movements that we've done up until this point, okay? Single hand swings, presses, slams. There are 5 essential movements, and we're just going to be coupling them together and moving through what it feels like to start to build little sections of intensity, all right? So what we're going to, what we're going to be doing here, you're going to get 3 rounds of all of these, okay? Each couplet, each individual couplet, you're going to do for 12 reps. So we've got a left-handed swing, okay? Left-handed swing, high grab with the right hand into that push press, then push right off into the swing, right back up into that push press. If you're noticing that you don't need that secondary hand in the push press, don't do it. Start with a couple of reps of strict press and then drop down to the push press. If you've got the strength, start to knock on the door of pushing that out there and save the push press for either later reps or later rounds if you can. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Again, a right hand swing to a left-handed press. Then we're going to do a pullover into a squat. This one, you'll find this is going to probably be a matter of balance and range of motion in the pullover. Okay, if you can't get this pullover done, take a look at one of the 5 essential movement videos that we've got for free on the website. It's got the pullover for the scales of what it looks like to adjust that pullover when you're still developing the strength to get it up and over your head. And then finally, we're going to do a swing to slam. So whichever hand is on the hammer, boom, we're going to swing up with the right hand, add the left hand, slam it. What I want you to focus on is releasing the hand closer to the pommel being here, okay, the end of the hammer. You're going to release that hand, let the hand that you added slide down to the pommel, That's where it's going to get the swing, and you're going to add, boom. So as you're working through this movement in particular, there's this little bit of catch and release, catch and release. You're going to be allowing your hand to move around the handle in the moments of weightlessness, and that's going to be a skill that as you drive farther into the beginner's training and into the intermediate training, you'll notice that becomes really, really useful. So 12 reps of each of these. Take the minimal amount of rest possible between each individual couplet, and then give yourself 2 to 3 minutes after the entire set is done to kind of take stock, what worked, what didn't work. If you want to go back and practice 1 or 2 of these, that's fine. And then hit the whole thing for 12, whole thing for 12. If you've got more than 3 sets in you, let's see it. Again, the cool down is going to be over on the email, so if you want access to that or the movement breakdown where we're actually showing what these movements look like, head over to bamfammer.com, sign up for the emails, and you'll get the longer form videos that break all that stuff down. Happy hammering, shoot us some video. I can't wait to see it. Don't get coronavirus.